Eric DIY here. We're actually going to do an installation and review video at the same time with the Ring Video Doorbell Pro. So first, just some features. It has 1080 HD video and 2A talking on it. Advanced motion detection. Has lifetime purchase protection. You do have to install it to the wiring of the house, which is why it's hardwired. And it has to be connected through Wi-Fi. Inside the box, you have the Ring Doorbell Pro itself. It's about, I would say, 5 inches tall by about 1.5 inches wide. You have this Ring booklet. So, probably introduction, downloading the Ring app, and probably instructions on how to install it. It also comes with different bezels, so that way you can choose the color that works best with your house. I haven't decided that yet. We'll have to do that when we get out there. And underneath that, you have mounting plates right here. So we'll have to see what that's used for. Underneath the Ring Doorbell Pro, you have a warning that says if the light at the top of the circle is flashing, it needs time to prepare for setup. This could take up to an hour. And finally, installation tools right there in the box. The first thing they want you to do is install the Pro Power Kit, which is the little box that goes into the doorbell chime box. This is what gives the power to the Ring Doorbell Pro. And they tell you to turn off the circuit breaker to the doorbell, remove the cover from your internal doorbell, loosen the front and transformer ends. So it's going to take some installation here. I knew that in advance, but I'm just trying to show you. And this is going to tell you how to connect the Power Pro kit and then leave it there so that can power the Ring Doorbell Pro. So the Pro Power Kit is pretty small. When I was looking at the installation videos before I attempt this, it looked a lot bigger. It's really, really small, which is a good thing. You have to fit it inside the box with the chimes in it. We're going to remove the cover by just prying it off just slightly. And this is where all the doorbell stuff is. Remember, you did want to turn off the circuit at the circuit breaker box before you touch this. And they want you to loosen the front and transformer terminals. Notice it says front and transformer. So we're going to loosen those up. And just to be cautious, we're going to try not touching those wires together. One little note, the front is for the front door, and I actually have a doorbell in the rear too, but I'm not putting the Ring on the rear door, so therefore we're just going to use the front door. We're just going to connect the Pro Power Kit. It doesn't matter which one goes where, that's what they said in the directions. So we're going to put each spade in its own screw, and we're going to tighten it down, leaving the wires there. I just installed each spade on one screw each, and I left the existing wires there, and that's how it's going to get the power. What we're going to do now is we're going to put this away from the wires. I'm just going to stick it right here. They do have double stick tape so that you can tape it down, but I'm just going to fit mine right here because those seem to be the chimes right there. And it fits perfectly right in there as long as this doesn't interact with the chimes, which those are the chimes. Sorry about the dog, she lost the doorbell. You're just going to carefully put the cover back on. It's like it's never there, and that will power the Ring Doorbell Pro. This is the doorbell I'm going to be replacing the Ring Doorbell Pro. The problem that you're going to have is if you have vinyl siding like I do right here, you're going to have to get some type of base to put on this to make it flat to install the Ring Doorbell Pro. So therefore, I'm going to have to go to Lowe's or Home Depot or look online for a base, and then we'll dismantle this. But you can see that's quite beat up, and that's why I was going to replace the doorbell anyways, and I decided to go with the Ring Doorbell Pro. The first thing I'm going to do, because I have to put a base plate on, like I said, this is vinyl siding, so the Ring will not fit securely against this, is I'm just going to make marks on where this was. So I'll always know where the doorbell was before I take it apart. To take this off, we're just going to loosen up the 2 screws ever so carefully. 1, 2. So, see that the power's off, and we verified that by trying to ring the doorbell. Just going to loosen up these 2 screws and have the wiring come loose from the old doorbell. So I have this old doorbell in case something goes wrong and I have to install the old one. I want to be overly cautious here. You see how there's this wire? And it's most likely, 99% true, it's not going to go back in that wall. But a good practice in case you have a small wire and you don't know if it's going to inch its way back into the wall is take a pen or some other pencil or something, just wrap it around, and then if it tries going back in the wall, the pen or the pencil will stop it because it's wrapped around that. We have to install a base plate on the siding to have something flat to mount the Ring against. The problem is my siding is the older, smaller siding. I went to Lowe's, I went to Home Depot, I went on Amazon. I cannot find the base mounts that fit this vinyl siding. Luckily, we're in a covered porch though, so this isn't going to look terrible. It's still going to be flush as long as the screws go through. And I've already marked it up, as you've seen. I tried to match the old screw holes from the old doorbell, so that way it'll go approximately or maybe even precisely in the same holes. Be one less thing to pre-drill, and then we'll mount the ring with bigger screws to go through the mount. And I got this at Lowe's, and it will work for application. However, if you have older siding like mine, this house was built in 2000. I don't know if they sell them. If you're doing it like me with this older siding, is you're going to want to get screws that are long enough to go through not only the mount, but also the siding. So I took the old screws, I measured them against the width of the side of this, and I went a little bit longer to be approximately the same amount in the siding as the old ones were. So they're going to be longer, obviously. And these are just exterior screws. You can buy these at Lowe's or Home Depot. We're going to try to screw the mount on in a place where it will be underneath the ring. So that way it will look flush and you won't see extra screws everywhere. I also highly recommend getting one of these, which is a volunteer helper. I have Zach. He's armed with this Active Kids tool belt and also his Active Kids tools just in case we need them. So that is excellent, and he's going to help me mount this against the wall while learning some skills here. I'm going to mount this mount on the vinyl siding. It's going to be like the normal way it would be if the vinyl siding wasn't this old version. And we're going to put it just like this. So it'll still sit flush and against it. It's just I have to get it level. And this is probably going to be the most difficult thing, honestly, in the whole application. I put the wire through the hole, so it's there. I made sure that's going to stay out. And I'm going to just carefully put this screw in there. So that way we'll have a pilot hole. We'll get it in the bottom hole of the old doorbell. Alright, so I put the screw on the bottom part where I wanted it on the mount. And it's right there. And we're going to line it up with the bottom hole of the old doorbell. And we're going to line it up there and screw it in just slightly to see if the other mark here lines up with that. These Active Kids tools that Zach provided me with. Hey Zach, get over here, bud. Wave hi. You're right there. Hi. He gave me his screwdriver. It's a kid's version of a screwdriver, but it's a real screwdriver. So that's what's awesome. And it gives me a little bit more torque to get this through and against the house vinyl siding. And Zach is having all the tools I need for this operation in this Active Kids tool belt, which is amazing. I already showed you the Active Kids screwdriver, so that's also amazing. And now we're going to level the mounting plate out. As I get this into the siding with the top screw, I'm going to watch the level at the same time to make sure it goes straight in. According to the directions, if you have a staircase or something that you need to wedge mount them, which means that you're going to offset the camera a little bit to angle it out this way to the side or down, which goes like this, they include 2 wedge brackets. Now we are going to have a problem, I think, because we have this pole right here and the doorbell's right there. But I'm going to install it without the wedge mounts first, just to get it on there. And then if we have to, we'll pull it apart and we'll put the wedge mounts on there. Also, the ring comes with a accessory plate. So it comes with silver installed on it the first time you see the ring. But they also include a brown, a black, and a vanilla creamish type color. So it depends on what color you want. So to mount the ring, we have to take the little bracket on the outside out. We're going to push down with our thumbs while carefully pushing up on the inside of the bracket. Just gotta take our time, and it pops right off. And these are the mounting holes right here. And we are gonna have to level this too as well, but we're gonna get that on the mounting plate in the right place, hopefully centered, and we'll go from there. Now in the installation tools box that they give you, not only do they give you that handy screwdriver, if you need to make anchor holes in your wall wherever you're installing it, they give you a drill bit for that. Now we already installed the Pro Power Kit, but they also gave you this alternate wires for the Pro Power Kit in case your doorbell has one of these connectors on the inside. They also give you an assortment of screws, so that way you can get the ring mounted on this thing, which is why I needed this next. Finally, they give you an extension for the Power Kit. Again, we've already done that step, but they give an extension in case there's not enough wire to get that box in there. So wire extender or wire nuts to extend the existing doorbell wires, and an extra terminal screw for the back of your ring in case, hey, you lose one or something happens. They give you that. They also give you some anchors and mounting screws and security screws to secure ring. We'll probably use those security screws The anchors and the mounting we didn't need because we're screwing right into the vinyl siding. But if you needed extra on masonry of some type, bricks, concrete, you can have that. And that's why they also give you the drill bit. When mounting the ring for the first time, you know the bottom's down here. I took note of that. That must be the security screw. But we're gonna try to put it right in the middle, as flush as we can get it against the mounting plate. I'm gonna mark the holes on where it goes. But first I'm gonna get my level and just make sure it's level against the mounting block. So I'm gonna mark everything up on where I'm gonna put the holes. I'm also gonna measure side to side to make sure that it's in the right place. That's it right there. So I don't wanna move it. And I'm gonna mark it with a pencil. So let me know where I have to screw in there. Seeing that we're using this mounting bracket, you have to take into account how thick it is. And they include 3 different size screws in the kit. They have a small screw, a medium, and a large. We're gonna use the medium because it's slightly larger than the bracket. So it's gonna dig into the vinyl siding, but not really deep, but it's gonna be through the vinyl siding and this mounting bracket, which should be secure enough to keep the ring on there. So I'm going to use the medium size screw, and the first thing I want to do is I'm going to drill it right through here just to get the top hole, and we'll get the ring mounted and we'll level it, and we'll find out if I was right on the second mark right here for the second hole. And I'm actually going to screw it in so I have like a pilot hole into the backing so we know where it's going on the top screw first. Then I'll unscrew it and put the ring through. Again, I'm being kind of really careful on this. Maybe even some people call it anal. I don't call it anal because once I get this on there, this is it. It's on there for the longevity of the Ring doorbell. And now I can put the ring up there. And this is on the bottom of the ring, so we're going to have it like this. I'm going to put the screw in there, pull it down with the screwdriver, put it through a pilot hole, and screw it in on the top. Probably not all the way, because we're going to have to test the wires to this too. So it might be good if I don't screw this in all the way and I get the wires on there the way they're supposed to be. Alright, so I already made the pilot hole for the top of the ring. I totally forgot to put the wires on. They don't tell you positive or negative. I don't think it matters, because what happens is these 2 wires connect together when you push the button, and that's what makes the chime go off. So, red is going to be on the right for me, right side of the device, and white's going to be on the left, and that's how I'm going to do it. You're just going to loosen up these screws slightly, just enough to get the wires in underneath. You're just going to carefully put the loop of the wire in the direction that you're going to tighten it down, and tighten them down. Here we go, it's underneath, and notice that it's turning in the direction that it's turning in here. When we tighten it down tight enough so that the wire's not going to disconnect. Okay, same thing on the white one. Make sure it's right underneath that screw. We're going to screw it in so it's tight down. And now both wires are securely tightened underneath the screws for power, and you're ready to mount the ring. So we're going to feed the wiring through the back here. It is going to be flush against this, and we're going to get it so that hole is lined up here. Again, we already made that pilot hole on the top one. So we're just going to tighten it down here to make it tight enough to go against the mounting bracket. Again, I'm taking this very cautiously. I'm measuring everything. Some people will just want to wing it, but once this is on there, it's on there. It isn't going anywhere else. And that's going to go into the siding slightly once I tighten it down. Good time. And that's going to hold the bracket against the wall even more. Now, seeing that I only did the top screw, I could turn this ever so slightly to make it more level. And right there is where I want to screw it in to make it level. I'm going to hold it down, put it through the hole, and carefully screw it through the backing plate to get a pilot hole. Straight as I can. And that should be level after. We're going to double check that. I'm not going to screw it in the whole way. There. And that's why we only did the top screw, so that we could totally level it vertically as well. That is very good. So that is perfectly vertically level. And we'll screw the whole screw in now. and we should be good. Let's say that this is only in the mounting bracket. You might want to use larger screws. You can go to Home Depot, get some screws that are the same size, just longer, and get it through the whole siding. But we're going to leave it like that for now. That seems to be pretty secure against the mounting bracket and potentially the vinyl siding. So that feels good. And that's how we're going to leave it. And again, we are under a covered porch, so I don't see a problem with rain getting to this. But if you did, you'd want to get some silicone, fill the sides, everything around the top, so that way if rainwater is going to go down, it's not going to hit your wiring. And now we're going to restore power at the breaker and set up the Ring doorbell in the Ring app. So let's see if this baby fires up. Nice job. And we took all the film off. It's ready to go, and we're going to hook up the power again and we'll see what happens. The next step, we already turned power on to the Ring and it's powering up like that. And we're going to go to the Google Play Store and we're going to search for the Ring app and download it. Just going to search for Ring app. And it says Ring, always home, ring.com. We're going to install that. The Ring app's right there. I'm going to click on it. And this is supposed to set it up and make it connect to the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to have to create an account. I'll do that. And I'll try to show you the steps to set it up on Wi-Fi. You got to enter in your home address. I'm going to take it off screen for a little bit. And it's going to show you your address on a map. You push done. It's asking for your first and last name. I'll take this off camera just to make sure I have a little privacy here. Then it's going to ask for your email address. I'm going to take that off cam again. I have to have a password for my Ring account. Again, taking that off. After you enter in your password, it goes to this account created screen. And on the bottom it says set up a Ring device or see my neighborhood. So I'm going to set up a Ring device. Doorbells. You have to allow it permissions to take pictures and record video, which is understandable. Scan the code on your Ring device. Push help me find my code. Let's see what it says. Doorbells. Ring Doorbell Pro. Mac ID barcode. That is the Mac ID. So it went to this scan your code of your Ring device. When you hit help me to find my code, it tells you there's a QR code. And if you come to the right side of the Ring, it's right there. So we're going to scan that into the device. And it says allow Ring to access this device's location. You're going to allow that. And then it actually shows your location. So we're going to put that off camera. I'm going to select my address. And it says, what would you like to name this? This is in case you have more than one doorbell. We're in the front door, so we're going to push front door. And it asks which Pro power kit I have. I installed this little box right here. So I'm going to hit the box. It says, before you continue, turn off power at the breaker during installation. I've already installed it because it's already working. That's what I hit there. It says, is the light in the front of your Ring Doorbell Pro spinning? And it is. I'm going to push yes. The spinning white light means your Ring Doorbell Pro is getting ready to connect to the Ring app. Yes, it is spinning. Alright, navigate to the Wi-Fi settings on your phone and select the Ring network. So you're going to connect to the Ring network through Wi-Fi. And it says Ring-DACA 36. I'm going to connect to that. Connected no internet, so I'm going to push back. And it hopefully will connect to the Ring.
Ring doorbell is connected to the Ring app.
There you go. It's looking for nearby Wi-Fi networks. It's now going to ask which Wi-Fi network do you want to connect to. I'm going to connect it to my 2.4 gigahertz one. I have it off screen, so I have a little privacy here. So I'm going to connect that, and it asks for the password for your Wi-Fi. So you're going to do that. You're going to push continue.
Ring doorbell is connecting to the internet.
And now it's connected to the internet.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
And it says your Ring Doorbell Pro is now connected to your Wi-Fi, and it turned blue. So we're doing pretty good. And there you go. Setup's complete. I'm going to put that plate on there and put the security screw on.
So doorbell is ready to go.
There you go.
With Ring, you're always home.
I'm just going to push continue on the app on the bottom. If you want to grant friends and family access, I'll probably add my wife's account right now. It's my wife's account. I'm going to push continue. And then we have to confirm our address to enable security features and faster set for future Ring devices. You do have a Ring Protect plan, by the way. That's their feature where they'll save the videos automatically to the cloud. That costs extra money, but you get 30 days when you first set up your Ring app. So I'm just going to dismiss it because I know what it's all about. You have 30 days left. So you give you 30 days of storing all the videos on the cloud. And that is it. And I think we're good. So, motion alerts and ring alerts. We have motion ring alerts on right now. You can have motion alerts live view. We'll see if it picks me up at all. Allow it to record audio. Don't want it to feedback, but yeah, it sees me. Hello, hi. And we could angle it out more that way towards the front of the door. There you go. I just want to make sure I was right. But you can clearly see people at the front of your door. So I might leave it like that for now. If we push this button right here, we should be able to talk. You notice that's echoey because I'm right near the device. It has all these options on it. Event history, motion snooze, device health, which will show how much voltage is going to it, the Wi-Fi network, the signal strength, last health check, you got your MAC address and the firmware, and has a system status, so it'll tell you everything that's going on. So that's pretty cool. It has a whole log on what's going on to the Ring. And yeah, we'll check this out. So got some chimes that we pick from, probably link chimes, app alerts, and shared users. So that's awesome. I have Zach outside. He's gonna be the doorbell ringer, and we're gonna see what happens on my phone when he rings it. You have to have an app alert tone, I guess, before you get ring alert. So we're gonna ring alert, we're gonna turn it all on. Motion alert, we're not dealing with motion yet, we're just gonna ring alert. So Zach, go back out and ring the doorbell button. Let's see what happens. There you go. And now it'll have the sound. It had to access your device, so it's gonna do that when someone rings your doorbell. And then you can go to the Ring app really fast. Select live view. And Zach's right outside that door, so I see him. And I'm gonna turn this on to talk to him. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
And you can hear him loud and clear. So we had to play around with it a little bit because it's a new technology toy, but it's working great. At first the sound was crackling a little bit, and then I wanted to install the wedge mount, so I turned off the circuit breaker and I turned it back on, and it seems to be working great now. It has clear sound, which I'll demonstrate. But the last step is you want to select the faceplate that you want. You just pop it on from top to bottom, and then they give you a little special screw that requires the screwdriver that they give you. It's like a, I want to say a torque screw, but that goes on the bottom to lock the faceplate on the bottom. There's a little hole, so we're going to screw this in, and that will secure the faceplate to the front and work excellent. Again, the reason why we use the wedge mount is we have this pull in front of the door, and it was working fine flush, but when we turn it this way a little bit more, it gave you more of the front door, so you can see people that are right next to your front door. So for us, the wedge mount was the way to go. We just screwed the tiny screw in, and we'll just test this, and the faceplate is on there, very secure. The wedge mounting, by the way, is screwed in by itself, and then the main unit screws into the wedge mount, and it's very, very secure. When you start up the Ring app, it actually goes to this after you have everything set up. You can turn on and off motion alerts here. You can have Ring alerts go to your phone. Just basically shows a notification and does a beep. I can turn that on and off there. You can also do live view, which will give you a live view of the porch, and it actually hooks up like a phone call. I've actually used this while driving in my car when I detect the motion, and when you push the pick up button, it treats it just like a phone call. So if you have Bluetooth, it's going to go through there. And right now it has the microphone on, so I'm actually talking outside. You can mute the microphone and just listen to what's going on outside. But if you want to talk to anyone, you just click that on, and I'm talking to people outside. So, and again, just turn off the microphone when you don't want it and you're listening. To stop viewing and hang up the call, it's basically a call to the Ring output there. You see a car going by. All you're going to do is push the red button and it'll hang up right here, motion settings. You could set a zone instead of having the whole camera right there with all that stuff. I set a zone for below the road. It still picks up a couple cars here and there, but if I set this even lower, it'll only detect motion within this blue box. And you can make different zones, you can delete them, you can do a lot of things with the editing here. So it'll only pick up, I mean, you even see the moon over there. So that's pretty cool. So you can make motion alert zones. And you can also have motion schedules where you tell it what you want it to do. I leave it on when I'm at school, and I have it off for when I'm basically home. I turn off the motion schedules though, because I wanted to have total motion alerts on right now, so that's what I did. You can also have a snooze button for motion. Device health gives you all your statistics, whether it's getting enough Wi-Fi, things like that. You can change the app alert tones to different sounds, so that way you can make it sound for motion alerts. And this is also where you turn the sound off if you want to, but you can still have notifications and everything pop up there. Shared users is where you can invite other people. I have my wife shared right here. I am the owner, so I shared it with her email address. See the log of recent events. Now, one thing that I don't like about the Ring doorbell is that after the first 30 days, you can't get any video from motion or anything. It doesn't record it, because if you have the service they want you to pay for, it's $30 a year. It's not much, and I'm probably gonna end up doing it. I wish it was a lot like the Netgear Arlo, where they give you like 7 days of recordings and then it just loops over again, so you keep losing a day of video, but you get to download stuff. The Ring app, they give you the first 30 days free, and then after that you have nothing. You just have live view. It'll tell you when someone's at your door and the doorbell rings. It'll tell you that, and you have to look at a live view immediately, and that's all you get. You do not get any recordings that you can download. The other thing they have, and I haven't found this to be useful, but they have a neighbors app, and basically what this is like people in your area, goes by your zip code, your area basically around. They can post video of things happen in your neighborhood that they found on their Ring cameras. Like for example, this guy showed up at someone's door and they were a couple miles away. So it's a nice thing to like warn people, but like, you know, I didn't really find it useful. But I don't live in like a really sketchy area too, so maybe if you're gonna live in a sketchy area, it'd be good to have the same video of the same people showing up. That's about it. So those are the useful things that I found on this app.
Oh, a bumblebee. What is that bumblebee? Okay, so
here are the plans that you can buy. The free one basically is just when it rings you have to pick it up, and there's no recordings at all. For $30 annually, they say you save $6 with an annual purchase, or $3 per month. You can do it monthly. You have one Ring doorbell or security camera, so that'd be one Ring doorbell, and you get to have access to videos of every Ring, motion, and live view event for up to 60 days. I mean, I'm gonna purchase the 30 days now, and I'll probably keep it for a year. There's no contract, by the way. This other Protect Plus plan, if you're gonna deck your whole house out in Ring products, including their security cameras and stuff, this is all Ring devices that want to address, and they want $100 annually, or you can do monthly for $10 per month. So I'm going to be purchasing this $30 plan to hopefully get my videos back. Once you edit your credit card info, you're just going to push the upgrade button above, and it's probably going to charge you to whatever credit card you have on file. And then you have to select what plan. This recommended plan is for everything. I only have one Ring doorbell, so I'm going to select the $30 per year. And I'm going to push next. And I'm going to click the Ring I have, which is the front door one. $30 per year. I hit next. And it asks me for payment info. And I hit submit. And now, hopefully, I should have access to my videos after this clears. So, but that cost me $30 a year for one doorbell. It will definitely be worth it if you're going to catch someone doing something, though. So, I mean, it's not a lot of money, but at the same time, it'd be nice if it was like Netgear Arlo, where you got 7 days of videos for free and you could download them, and then they just loop them out each day. You get a total maximum of 7 days. But I am now billed yearly at $30. Let's see actually if we can get an old video before the 30 days. And there's Zach coming up the porch with his grandparents. And they're gonna ring the doorbell. That's Daisy barking in the background. There's Zach ringing the doorbell, which triggered the whole video. But you notice that it caught them before they got to the front door. So this is actually really nice to have. So that's how it works. You pay for the subscription, you get the right to view and download videos. You can download them on your phone or on your computer, and you can keep them for however long you want after that. So now that I've purchased a plan, it's not going to give you any of the live views or announcements that you had during the part when you did not have the subscription. But if you go way before that, when you did have the subscription, it will have those stored in the cloud. And you can download them on the phone. Right there, just push the download button and it'll go right to your phone. You can save them on Google Drive and stuff like that. And yeah, they come in really clear. The sound's really good and there's no problem. So the subscription, while you have to pay for it, good thing to have. I mean, you can try getting it in live view, but you're not going to have a recording of any interactions. Or if someone's stealing packages on your front porch or something like that, you're not going to have any video to download unless you pay for the subscription. Overall, I really like the Ring Video Doorbell Pro. The great thing is it has great video, 1080p video, comes in nice and clear. The sound is really decent. The microphone works great. It's going to catch anything that you want it. It's highly customizable with the zone from Motion 2. But if someone like Zach comes to your door and rings the doorbell, you're going to see them nice and clear. Installation, I was very picky with the installation. I took my time, so it was easy, but it was time consuming because I leveled everything. I had to get the backing plate on the siding. I had to pick the right place. So it can be not challenging, but time consuming for an average do-it-yourselfer. Cons to the Ring Doorbell Pro. The biggest thing, honestly, is having to pay $30 a year for one doorbell to make sure that you can download any videos of rings and live views or motions on your front door. It's kind of a bummer. Once again, if you have an Arlo, a Netgear Arlo camera, they let you have 7 days for free, which means that the last 7 days of video recordings you could still download and view, and then when it goes to the 8th day, it takes away the first day of the 7 day of recordings, and that was free. If you wanted more than that and you wanted constant access, you'd have to pay more. I would like them to have a model like that, where they let you have even just 3 days to download videos from the cloud. But they got to make money. It's a business, so $30 still isn't that bad. It comes out to less than $3 a month. So you can't really go wrong with that if you really need it. And that is my review of the Ring Video Doorbell Pro. If you'd like to purchase your very own, please look for a link in the description below. We'll send you to Amazon where you can purchase it. Every purchase will help support the Eric DIY channel. We appreciate all your support. If you like this video and you want to see more like it, please give us a thumbs up and push that subscribe button below. While you're down there, also push on the bell notification icon so that way you'll be notified of future Eric DIY video releases. Again, we appreciate all that you do for us. We want to wish you a great night. As always, if you like this video, found it useful, please subscribe. And if you have a product that you would like reviewed, please contact Eric by emailing him at eric5150diy@gmail.com. Have a great day.